شلام لخ مريم مليف طيبوثة نارا عماخ مريخات المشي وموريخ بيت خرسيغي شو ناط مريم يلدت آلها صلح لا بين حطاهي هاشا وشاق الموثين آمين.
I am Father Maurice Jalal, a Cappuchin from Pakistan. I am working in the Archdiocese of Lahore, one of the most populated dioceses in Pakistan. I was ordained in 1984 as a Capuchin priest, and since then I have worked with youth as a diocesan chaplain. I have worked in a number of parishes in the Archdiocese of Lahore. I have also worked as a one of the counselor of the bishop. In 2009, I started Catholic TV as one of the project of my parish, but then it spread to the whole diocese and even outside of the Archdiocese of Lahore. This is my apostolate I am doing in Pakistan. Right now I am working in the parish part-time, but at the same time I am also working as a director of the Catholic TV in Pakistan. Pakistan is home to 180 million people. It's one of the 7th country in the line of population in the world. Pakistan is predominantly a Muslim country with 95% of Muslims and 5% Christians belonging to different denominations. About 3% are Catholic in Pakistan. As to religion, as I said earlier, that Pakistan has a very hard type of Islam. The founder of Pakistan never dreamed of having a hard Islam. Rather, he had a very broad type of Islamic country with democratic system. But after war in Afghanistan, there was a wave from Saudi Arabia and from all the Arab countries entering Pakistan. One of our military dictator, Zia, he was our president and also military general. He brought in Islam as the system in Pakistan, the system to govern the country. That's why he brought many laws which are based on Quran and based on Sharia. He almost changed so many things in our constitution and brought in Islamic teaching. And those teachings brought a lot of problem in the country, that every day Islamic things were encouraged. He started many Muslim schools, what we call madrasas. These are mosque schools, and many young children are brought there and they are taught there nothing else literally but just Islam. So they narrow down their minds and make them just only to think Islam and nothing else. What happens afterward? Then the system becomes totally Islamic, and with that comes in extremism, fundamentalism, terrorism, and many other hardships which right now the Christian and other minorities are suffering from. Well, the Christian community in general is suffering very much. Number one, Christians in Pakistan are never considered the citizen of Pakistan. Although we are native people, living in Pakistan even before the Muslims came as arrivals from different parts of the world just to conquer this land. We were already there. Christians are always considered as somewhat Americans or Western because they think America and West are Christians and all Christians are one, companions, something like belonging to one family. So the Christians are never ever considered real citizen of Pakistan. They are suffering because they are treated as a second-class citizen. This is true, number one, in discrimination. Our children experience discrimination in schools, in colleges, and in other educational institutes. For example, in one public school, if in one classroom there are 20 Muslim students and one Christian student, the Christian student will be always asked to sit behind. And many times, no Muslim child is willing to sit with him on the same desk. They think Christians are not holy, they are not good people, so nobody would like to sit with them. So they experience a kind of a discrimination. So this discrimination brings kind of inferiority complex in the children, Christian children. This discrimination is also experienced in workplaces. For example, if I go to get job in the office, the first question will be, are you a Muslim? And you say, no, I am a Christian. Okay, come tomorrow. So you are sent off, and it's a very, very painful, very, very difficult situation where our young people who are equally intelligent, equally hardworking, they are refused and denied the opportunity just because you are Christian. Second, some Islamic laws are included in the Constitution, and one of them is very terrible one, and that is a blasphemy law. Blasphemy law is a law that any individual dishonoring Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam or Quran, through a word, by a sign or an action, shall be liable to death penalty by hanging. So our Christians, they never really commit blasphemy. What is the problem? The problem is in ordinary and day-to-day life, when Christians are working with Muslims or women working with Muslim women, they have some kind of personal differences. And whenever there is a big difference or fight or anything else, for a Muslim man or a woman, it's very easy to tear some pages of Quran, throw it and say, this Christian has done it. And for this law, you need only one witness in the court, and which is not difficult at all to prove, because the person who is accusing you, who is putting charge on you that you have committed blasphemy, and that's enough for the law. That is the reason, in order to settle the personal scores, personal individual differences, they always blame Christians committing blasphemy. Many Christians have suffered death by law also, but the problem is when one person says this person has committed crime against blasphemy, people will gather, the community will gather, they will just beat him and kill him right there before they bring him to police or before they bring him to the court. So people themselves take law in their hands and they just kill. Many people, many Christians have been beaten up and killed before they ever report in any police station. Well, regarding blasphemy, we have number of people in jail. Asia Bibi is one of a big case right now. We know, I myself have met the family, and I also interviewed them for my Catholic TV. They never committed any blasphemy. This was just ordinary talk going among women. But because one woman was against Asia Bibi, she said, no, you have said something against the Prophet, something against our religion. So as we know, she is still in jail. And although her case is in the Supreme Court also, but we do not know what is going to happen to her. We hear many times she is very sick, and she has also life threats from the jail itself. You would say, why we don't report such cases to police? One can always ask question, why don't you report in the police? But we hardly report in the police because the police is also Muslim. There are many examples where Christians went to report in the police station, and the police themselves kill them because they are all Muslim. They also feel, oh, you have committed blasphemy. They simply shoot him. We have one strong example of the governor of Punjab, Salman Taseer, who was speaking in the favor of Asia Bibi, and though he was governor of one of the biggest province in Pakistan, he was shot by his own bodyguard. And next day on television, he was garlanded that he has done something great. He became hero. A killer becomes a hero just because he has done something great for Islam. Now, few months back, he is hanged. He is hanged. The decision was given by the court, and he is hanged. I attended his funeral as a just media man. Within 10 kilometers, you could only see the heads of the people. So many people attended his funeral. That shows the extremism is growing, and people who kill as showing that they are doing this for the sake of honor of Islam, this kind of people are becoming hero. And we have also experienced in the case of Shabazz Bhatti, one of the Christian minister. Well, he was also very outspoken about this extremism, and also he was speaking about blasphemy, but he was also very much speaking about the rights of the minorities, rights of the Christians. And then he was shot also.
Minister Bhatti, we forgot one question in the interview. Your life is threatened. By whom? And what sort of threats are you receiving?
The forces of violence, militant band organization, the Taliban and pro-Al-Qaeda, they want to impose their radical philosophy in Pakistan. And whoever stand against their radical philosophy, they threaten them. When I'm leading this campaign against the Sharia laws for the abolishment of blasphemy law and speaking for the oppressed and marginalized, persecuted Christian and other minority, these Taliban threaten me. But I want to share that I believe in Jesus Christ, who has given his own life for us. I know what is the meaning of cross, and I'm following of the cross. And I'm ready to die for a cause. I'm living for my community and suffering people, and I will die to defend their rights. So these threats and these warnings cannot change my opinion and principles. I will prefer to die for my principle and for the justice of my community rather to compromise against on these threats.
Thank you.
This is the kind of consequences we are facing right now. and our Christian community is suffering very much. Another suffering I want to mention is that if something happens, for example, one Christian, one Muslim will fight for personal reasons, the Muslim party would always say he has committed blasphemy. Then the whole community comes. Like in 2013, Joseph Kaluni, it was a very personal matter. But then the whole Muslim community came and they burned almost 300 to 500 Christian houses. They burned it. The same happened in other Christian villages, that they do not even try to argue and to listen what happened. Just they listen, oh, this person has said something wrong against Prophet Muhammad or Quran or Islam. They simply run, come together, kill the Christians, beat them and burn their houses. This has happened number of times. The lives of the Christians many times are in real danger, real danger. You see, in the world, there are always good people in all religion. I simply don't say that categorically all Muslims are bad in Pakistan, but I want to say that the big number who are adhere to Islam believe that they have to respect and defend the good name of Islam. They have to defend the honor of Quran, and they have to defend the name of Muhammad. I believe there are good people in Pakistan. There are good Muslims in Pakistan. But these good Muslims will always keep quiet when there is terrorism, when there is attack on Christian community. Of course, the media will show, but the anchors of the media, of discussions, will always be trying to make a balance and try to give reason. Well, they killed them just because of this, because of that, or maybe they have committed adultery, never clearly denouncing that this is wrong. Why? Nobody would like to be killed in the hands of these extremists. I must say, there are educated people, good people, no problem, and there are many, but they are afraid. They are afraid to speak out, and they are afraid to face these extremists. They would say this is wrong in their private conversation, but they would never ever say that these extremists are wrong in public life. So they are afraid. They are afraid to say. They are afraid to say. This is what is going to happen. Regarding whether these are only few groups of extremists, I would say yes, but in the name of Islam, every Muslim will become a hard person. They will be very friendly with you. You come to Pakistan, they are very friendly with you. They will talk with you. They will offer you, sit with them, chat. And this is the problem with many Western media people and diplomats. Many people, when they go to Pakistan, they meet Muslims people. Oh, they are all good, all nice. But this is very superficial reality. I would invite them, speak about Islam, and then you would come to know the reality. And this is where I think some Western diplomats, Western media is not informing the public correctly. But day-to-day life, we are also living very fine, but stay with them for some time, live with them for some time, talk to them about their religion. Then you will come to know what happens. But if you visit for a few days, they will ask you, oh, we respect Christians, we respect minorities, we love them, we treat them well, they can come and even pray in the mosque. Okay, very well. But I invite, stay with them, live with them, experience day-to-day life, then you will understand the true reality. I again say, there are always good people in every religion, in every country. And there are good people, good Muslims in Pakistan too. But when it comes to religion, we have difficulty to make a distinction who is good and who is less good. Regarding in the moment of these difficult times and suffering, regarding advocacy from outside world or other than Pakistan, well, we have experienced that sometimes this question has been raised in Western media. And we also know that this question came up in United Nations also, protecting the minorities in different countries, but not from the perspective of religion, that we protect them because they are Christian. Protect them because they are minorities. Very good. But remember, Christians in Pakistan not only suffer because they are minority, but they suffer because they are Christian and Christian minority. This has to be a very clear message to Western media and also to the Western people. Well, I must appreciate the Catholic Church in different parts of the world. They came out to support suffering Christians, suffering communities. They have helped and encouraged people in many ways. For example, like in emergency situations, providing food and also providing shelter in many ways. I can mention few Catholic organizations like Church Aid to the Church in Need, like Missio, like Maserio, and the Suffering Church, Open Doors, Christian, other Christian organizations have come up to support and help out in difficult situation. As to diplomatic support to the Christian community, we have read many good statements in the newspaper, in media, we hear that, but really taking the stand for minorities, very especially, we expect a lot from America. Why? Because in Pakistan, there are many political issues which are connected with Pakistan, but also connected with the Americans. I dare to say that. I dare to say that, like the Islamic extremism grew because of Afghanistan. And who are in Afghanistan? Well, Americans were there. So, because that created a kind of a mentality, a mindset in the minds of young Muslims that America is trying to come and enter this part of the world for its own interest and mostly economic interest. You know, young people are very much aware of this, that there are political motives, there are economic motives of all these wars and all this what is happening and what is going on in this area. So when we know that the Christians are suffering because there are reasons behind, which are economic reasons, political reasons, and which are very much connected with America and also NATO. So when they do not speak clearly, there is always kind of regrets, resentments of the Christian community also for the West and also for America.